Bitcoin right now battling the strong and sticky 200-day moving average for the third day in a row. Bitcoin bears are literally about to get blasted open wider than your girlfriend when she tells you she's visiting her friend at his parents' house. Meanwhile, Ethereum bulls are absolutely leaking as ETH's merge on the Kiln testnet continues to build excitement and gainers for what is considered to be an event even bigger than the Bitcoin halving. Unlike your parents' halving, aka the divorce, that was caused most likely by their lack of love for you, even though they promised that you were not the reason they were getting a divorce. Maybe if you were a better child, they would have enjoyed their time together a little bit more, and no matter what they say, you absolutely should feel responsible for their love coming to a tragic end. And with the Luna Foundation continuing to buy massive amounts of Bitcoin, are we about to see a bigger pump than your sister sees when the pizza delivery man shows up? With a little extra cheese. If you know what I mean. Let's jump in. I'm your host, Kyle Corncob, and like a farmer, I'm about to plow you to Gainerville big time, and you will not want to miss this webisode because what we're about to discuss is extremely big. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications, and these absolute time-sensitive alerts as well. If you guys are any deals, bonuses, getting altcoins, securing crypto trading, joining our ADA stake pool to earn rewards, make sure to check out all the links below. And remember, the only Twitter and only Instagram that I have are in the description below. If it's not in the description, then it's not my account. Without any further ado, let's dump on in. Absolutely ginormously big and extremely big times two. Very big here. So, guys, we see Bitcoin now on its third day tickling the tip of this 200-day moving average. And this is very big for Bitcoin, as we've exploded out of this triangle that we've been tracking for so long. And on this weekly, boy oh boy, this is shaping up beautifully with this cross. Absolute momentum going into April, which begins here very shortly. And remember, if you head on over to my Twitter account, we have a little competition going on there for $3,000 in Bitcoin. And there's about 2 days left. So very big to see if that will come to fruition. But as well, guys, so many things going on here. Bitcoin nears the 200-day moving average ahead of the seasonally bullish period, triggering over 400 million in liquidations and rising to 3-month highs this week, nearing a key technical resistance level and crowding out bears from the derivatives market. Cryptocurrency's immediate prospects look bright, according to even seasonality analysis here. And so Monday's move just a few days ago triggered market-wide shorts getting liquidated, absolutely very big time. Over 300 million, the highest single day since the beginning of this year. So the highest we've seen this year so far. And also seeing significant signs of growing institutional support. Just over the past 10 days, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Cowen, Bridgewater, and Virtue all signaling growing conviction that the crypto markets are worth dedicating more resources to. And this is not changing. I mean, for pizza's sake, Vietnam Prime Minister ordering the central bank to create legal framework for Bitcoin and crypto. Guys, it's happening everywhere. This is happening everywhere, and it's happening fast. It's a snowball. And as you guys know, once the snowball gets rolling, it's really hard for it to not be a snowball. It's very likely that snowball is going to continue to stay a snowball and potentially become an even bigger snowball. Now that's big. And as well, absolutely very big for Ethereum and very good for the altcoin market. So if you're invested in the altcoin market, obviously it's important to watch Ethereum here. But specifically, Ethereum hitting some nice targets as anticipation grows for the merge here. So the merge being the switch to proof of stake here, and the Kiln testnet got excited, recently because of the successful launch. And Ethereum obviously is in a very good macro trend as well, breaking these highs and absolutely exploding to the upside here. According to Macro Hive, the prospect of being able to make a passive return on staked ETH will attract more investors, and the transition to proof of stake will reduce Ethereum's energy consumption by 99.95%, which also makes it very hard, like grannies and grandpas like Elizabeth Warbucks from, trying to spread FUD because she's being paid by the bankers to try to hurt crypto. But the merge will also have a notable impact on the circulating supply of ETH, as the net issuance will undergo a significant drop-off as block rewards are replaced with ETH staking yields. And this, coupled with the ongoing ETH burning, should make ETH deflationary, and this should be very, very, very bullish. and that is very true. S-curve adoption as the foundational Web3 protocol is going to send ETH to monumentous heights over the next decade. I fully agree with that. Actually, somebody commented on my video, I don't know, last week, saying something like, do you not have ETH anymore? Because I'm not really sure why they commented that. But I actually believe, and I would have to look through a bunch of different wallets, but I think I actually have more ETH than Bitcoin. Maybe that's not true. But both, over 70%, maybe even like 80% of my portfolio is ETH and Bitcoin. And then the other 20% is other coins. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty common that Bitcoin and ETH take up most of a lot of people's portfolios. And, you shouldn't have a lot of your portfolio in garbage coins. Not financial advice, but I think that's common sense. Oh, and speaking of that, Matt Wallace is a crypto influencer whose project Rug, shortly after launch, as liquidity of 600,000 was drained and price crashed more than 99%. As I'm sure many of you watching know, I don't really talk about any altcoins for the most part, besides like Bitcoin, ETH, Cardano, a few other top alts, Matic, Polygon, but nothing outside of like the top 30 or maybe even the top 20. So I've never actually really spent much time talking about small coins because, again, I absolutely think it's a little bit dangerous to do this and probably also illegal. Well, rug pulling is illegal, so I'm assuming that it's illegal. But yeah, I think he's a Dogecoin influencer, yes, for sure. But yeah, just very, very big. I would never invest in coins that people are peddling to you from YouTube. Obviously, it's different if it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. If everybody watching this video right now put their entire paycheck into Bitcoin would probably not even move. But if people did that to a little baby coin, like whatever this is, it would be a very ripe situation for somebody to maybe take advantage of that and rug pull. And yeah, I agree that I don't think people should do pump and dumps. Really, the only way you can do pump and dumps is with these baby coins that they make or whatever. So yeah, I think that's obviously not good. But anyway, if we take a look at Bitcoin here on the weekly chart, absolutely beautiful as we're above the 21 and 50-day moving averages, which sit around 46K. Absolutely been beautiful to see. But again, on this daily chart, we're right underneath the 200-day. But guys, so much has changed. We've seen momentum shift. We've been watching this hidden bullish divergence on the weekly chart for Bitcoin for months now. We've been watching this for months, since the beginning of this year. And yeah, I mean, just zooming out, this looks prime to me for another run up. This looks prime to me for over the next few months to have, a really nutty number come out of these charts. 6-digit plus for Bitcoin. Obviously not by next week, but all I'm saying is the structure we see here, just looking at simple structure, if we kind of just zoomed out and look at other simple structure here, yeah, this looks, I think, like one, a very unique cycle, but two, enough consolidation on these charts for a very big mega run, especially considering what I just said about all of this actual adoption. With so much money going into Bitcoin, with countries literally trying to develop legal framework for it, right? And what that does is also increase the chances of bigger foundations, bigger companies or entities buying in massive amounts. Right? Because little Bobby and Johnny down the street that have, $200 invested into Bitcoin per week, I mean, that's awesome. I think that's really smart to do that for them, but it's not going to pump the price of Bitcoin unless a giant percent of the population also does that. What really moves markets is when we start to see institutional money come in, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Entire countries getting in. Okay, that is what will absolutely pump the price to 6 digits and beyond. Okay, retail on its own does not really have that ability, but when we see massive buys like that, that is how we see these massive pumps. And with that as well, Luna Foundation Guard, LFG, a nonprofit org focused on UST, resumed buying Bitcoin after taking a break yesterday, and it purchased an additional almost 6,000 Bitcoin, over $250 million this week. And it confirmed that with their addresses there, and nearly half was purchased on Monday and the rest a few minutes before press time, it acquired about 125 million of Bitcoin each weekday. And this is expected to continue as well. And potentially, they're looking to accumulate, I believe it said about $10 billion worth. Yeah, eventually. So the Terra found eventually $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Terraform Labs founder and CEO Do Kwon tweeted that eventually increased the size of the reserve to roughly 10 billion. And that would absolutely help Bitcoin's price. Very big. But yeah, other than that, Bitcoin is on a very clear trajectory here. It's very clear that breakout we were talking about for the last few months did in fact occur, or this consolidation here. And yeah, next thing for Bitcoin is absolute gainers and moonage, potentially. And I think April could end up being one of the most explosive months that we saw, or that we've seen since even the run that began at the end of 2020 into the first couple months of 2021. Let's get into the channel. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn those ghost notifications to the absolute time since alerts as well. If you guys have any deals, bonuses, make sure to check out all of the links below. I think I just messed up my screen. And as well, I have one Twitter and one Instagram, and they're in my description. Every other account of me is fake. I'm not going to send you a message. And without any further ado, that's it for me.